What's up, cast and crew? How y'all doing today? Rail fans, dinosaur fans, and kaiju fans alike, welcome back to TRK Gaming and Rail Productions, and welcome back to Jurassic World the game. So today we are going to treat this as like the review video of Rebirth, I guess. Because I don't think I've done my thoughts on Rebirth. I haven't done my thoughts on a lot of things that's happened in the past week or so, but we're gonna talk about at least one of them today, because oh lord, the other one I don't want to talk about till more information comes out. So today, it's been a minute. I've been slowly grinding away at some things in the park, specifically Ghost and Panthera, because for Panthera you need Ghost, so we can finally get one of the Atrociraptors today. So let's go ahead and do that. Been waiting for a good minute to do this one. So dude, T-Rex is never gonna be able to come back to this park because every single one of these requires a T-Rex in some which way, shape, or form. And I also can't do Pteranodon's thing either. I don't even have the DNA for it because I didn't really do its event when it was, around. I'm not gonna lie, over the past month, I really wasn't playing the game. But I logged in every so often to, do the rounds and everything, make sure we did the stuff and made sure that we got Ghost. Because, why not? So let's go ahead and get Ghost. And now we can start on Panthera. I don't think I had Ghost originally either. I don't think I got a Ghost from anything. Or maybe I did and I just forgot. But yeah, I don't think I've had Ghost at all since it was released. Is there anything good in here? So, Rebirth, right? If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know that I gave it a really high rating because I thought that, it was a good breath of fresh air, especially after the slime ball that was Dominion. Now, don't get me wrong, there were ooh. Yeah, we're not doing that. I'm actually gonna max Apatosaurus this time. I'm done selling that poor creature. But yeah, guys, I initially gave it a really good review because I thought that, I thought it did good as a movie. I thought it, kind of did what it set out to do, and that there were stakes involved. Like, people probably could have died in this movie, or offed YouTube. So with that being said, is there anything else? Because if not, we can just hop into the battles and we can continue the discussion there. Oh no, never mind. Well, let's check this first. What do we have to do for Panthera? Oh, well, we can already do this, right? Yeah, we can. We'll save Dimetrodon for later, though, because I do want to talk about this. No, not this time. So, what do we do? Let's do the one with any creatures, right? Apex Hunt. Okay. Well, we're gonna need amphibians for this, right? So, let's just... Okay, who would be the best candidate? Words are hard. Badgersaurus. Alright. So yeah. I thought that there were stakes in the movie, me personally. And I thought, yeah, this island can be a problem. These dinosaurs are supposed to be dangerous. Really nothing else beyond that, I don't think. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That was bad. But it's fine. You just switch out. But yeah, and I thought, you know, line deliveries and the acting from everybody involved was pretty good, all things considered. You know, they did their best with what they had on the script. A lot of people did not like the whole Snickers wrapper escape for the D-Rex. I'm gonna go ahead and do spoilers because, you know, it's been a good little minute, and I'm sure a lot of you have already seen the movie. So, yeah, nobody was really messing with the whole D-Rex escape via Snickers wrapper in the cage vents. I'm not going to lie, I thought it was kind of stupid. Because out of all the other ways that we've seen dinosaurs kind of break through fences or escape or whatnot, I mean, I think the whole Snickers wrapper thing was done for comedic effect. It's like, oh, we're stupid enough to, you know, recreate dinosaurs, and now we're trying to turn them into mutants and hybridize them. Because this was around the time that the Indominus Rex was getting cloned. At the time the prologue is set. Or the prologue, I don't even know if you can really call it prologue. But yeah, it was kind of weird. Especially considering, you know, what came before. So let's talk about what came before, right? So going all the way back to the first movie, Jurassic Park, how did Rexy escape? Powered down because of Nedry's ignorance, and she broke through the fence. Cool. Lost World, I don't even think there were really any breakouts aside from, you know, Buck getting into San Diego and running rampant. But that was also kind of, you know, human stupidity. The Spino, I don't think it really broke out per se as well, because it was already in the wild. The Indominus, on the other hand, now that was a breakout. The Indominus showed intelligence and, you know, scratched up the wall and all that stuff. Okay, cool. The Indoraptor, I guess, same thing. You don't really get to see its intelligence per se, because they don't really do much with how intelligent the Indoraptor is, which is such a shame. But it broke out. Dominion did have breakouts, but not in the sense that, you know, break out, run out and park and do things. Malta, the Carno and Allo breakout, again, that was just human stupidity, because, you know, I'm using human stupidity because I don't even know what else you called it, or human error, I guess. Well, it wasn't even human error because we did that with purpose. Delacourt, Rain Delacourt. But this could be attributed to, like, no one. I don't even know whose fault was this. I guess the guy eating the wrapper, right? But it's weird all around, because the whole system to the security system for the entire facility on the island was shut down because of this wrapper. With no failsafe, no backup systems, you know, turn it on or anything. It was a little weird, you know, just a little bit. So I thought it was kind of goofy. Some people really didn't like it. Some people thought it was hilarious. I am in the middle. I think it's weird, and I think it's, you know, it would have made sense if something else was done, in my opinion. Ooh, that's no good. I forgot to turn on that thing. It's fine. It's fine. I gotta remember to black that out this time, because I didn't black it out last time. You know, notifications suck. Don't make sure you turn off notifications if you're gonna do something like this. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on the breakout. Now, the whole plot of them going to the island and doing the thing, getting the samples from everyone, or not everyone, but you know, getting the samples from the 3 largest prehistoric species. Yes, prehistoric species, not dinosaurs, Henry Loomis. Yeah, I'm one of those people. Don't at me, okay? Yeah. Come on now. We gotta do better. The scientists calling the very not dinosaurs, and there's only one dinosaur on the list. Can we get Robert Burke back, please? Please, he would have done such a better job. It's fine. So, yes, after they go do the thing, round up everyone they need, every mercenary they need for this mission to go get the you know, the blood samples so that they can make the, why am I blank? The medicine. They're making the medicine for heart disease. That's what it was. And you know, they do it and they get it. Cool. That's fine. It feels, it's another Lost World type of feel, kind of like Fallen Kingdom, or maybe JP3. It's one of the two. So yeah, that whole plot line is cool. Now, the family, on the other hand, while it was interesting to see them and how, you know, civilians act in this situation, they've never been to the park. They've never been on Sorna. These guys are civilian in the purest forms that they've never seen, like, dinosaurs act in such erratic ways. You know, they've seen them on the mainland, but you know, they don't see them how they act on the island and everything, which is, whoa, it's worse. It's worse on the island. It's always worse on the island. Can I use any? I can use any creature with this. Oh, but this one's more difficult, because of course it is. Well, we gotta pull out the boy for this one. Our favorite, you know. So, yeah. But I'm not going to lie. The family did not need to be in this movie. Because, of course, with them being there, and there's only one person that is over the age of 18, I'm gonna assume that, you know, the father has to be over the age of 18. Because the girl doesn't look like she's over 10, maybe, or maybe like 12. The oldest daughter is probably like 13, 15, somewhere in there, and then the boyfriend's probably like 16. Oh my god, don't even get me started on him. The entire time was hoping that he would get eaten, because he was such a crappy person, but he didn't, because you know why? Kids aren't allowed to die in these movies. the kids can't die in the Jurassic Park movies. I don't even think they're allowed to get hurt anymore. Like, since Tim, they're not allowed to really get hurt anymore, which is a shame. They went for something, right? I'm going for that. Aha! Yes, now you're down to 1. So, with that being said, I feel like if they weren't in the movie, or, you know, the family was replaced with a group of friends instead, then I feel like there would have been more stakes, because they would have allowed people to actually get hurt or, you know, get off by a dinosaur. Which, again, the kids don't really get hurt in the movie. Which, okay, so when I thought there were stakes, now there aren't, because the dad gets hurt saving the little kid from getting eaten by a Spinosaur, but then he gets hurt, and the only person to die on the boat, or off YouTube, please do not. I just joined your program. Don't, please. No. Don't strike me. What was it? Yeah, the guy that got eaten by the Spinosaur. I forgot his name. He's gone. Dad gets hurt. And that's pretty much it. And then there's the woman that gets, you know, eaten by one of the other 4 that were one of the other 4. Wow, there were 4 Spinos. One of the other Spinos that's, you know, out of the chase and has instead put itself on the beach. So, yeah, that happens. And is, wow. Little Edie, Big Edie, and Asset 87, or the Spino. It's cool to see these guys, especially because, you know, Camp Cretaceous. But yeah, it's sick. We're gonna go Metro for this, because I don't really use these guys anymore, so let's do it. So, where was I? Off by a Spinosaur, yeah. So, okay, so those 2 are gone. So now I'm thinking, okay, yeah, stakes, right? Somebody on the mercenary side is gonna get either hurt or eaten by something else. And, well, that does happen. The guy that doesn't know English, or he knows English, but he just doesn't speak it, he gets swallowed by a Quetzalcoatlus in a very horrifying way, too. Yeah, okay, that happened, but no one else really gets hurt from that point forward. Because at the end, when, you know, everything, we're kind of just skimming through the movie. We're going to get to the scene that we actually care about in a minute, though. When, you know, Duncan is leading the D-Rex away from the group so they can get off the island, I thought that was it. I thought he was done. I'm not going to lie. I thought he was done. But then it all kind of just, you know, went away when I saw the flare come up from the water. You know, the riverway that he led the D-Rex down. And it makes me wish that they actually went with the idea that Ember, or, you know, the T-Rex from the river raft scene, comes and fights the D-Rex, is wounded but wins. I wish that happened, because the ending now feels kind of redundant. because I'm not going to lie to you guys. I thought Duncan wasn't gonna make it. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Yes, sir. But yeah, so that's generally what I think about the whole ending. Let's backtrack now to the river raft. Now, the T-Rex, or Ember, or I keep hearing that Ember is the T-Rex's name. Either that or Tiger, I don't know. You guys let me know what its name actually is in the comments. But that T-Rex has got to be the coolest looking T-Rex I've seen in the franchise. Because it encapsulates what we think of T-Rex now, being this big, beefy, chunky animal. And I've said this before in a previous video. But this animal, being as beefy as it is, for some reason can't puncture through a raft. Forget the whole, they pulled the raft out, did the thing, nobody went with the girl to go get the raft. Okay, whatever. They do that for suspense. That's just movie making, I'm not gonna lie to you. The fact that the Rex did not puncture through the raft when it bit into it, that kind of had me staring blank at the screen. Unless this T-Rex's teeth are made of needles, I don't think that would necessarily happen. Okay, we're gonna have to go for the same thing we did before. Kind of just wear down old Becky. But of course, you also get to the river raft scene, and you're like, oh, there's nothing that's going to happen to these people. Just, you know, the family doesn't really receive any injury at all. You know, apart from the dad walks in and out of a limp. So you never really know if he's hurt or not. Which is weird. But okay. I'm just gonna go past that, I guess. That's but those are my general thoughts of the movie. I don't think there's really anything else I can say about it. Aside from the whole wannabe romantic thing that they tried to do with Zora and the doctor. Because I couldn't have been the only one, right? That thought that was what they were trying to go for. I couldn't have been the only one, because that's what I saw, that's what I felt. But I don't know, man. I gave it a high review at first, and then I went back and thought about certain things. I definitely gave the movie the benefit of the doubt, because I did enjoy it more than Dominion. And I probably... Oh, that's not going to be good. We're dead, aren't we? Yes, we are. Well, skill issue, but we're talking about a movie. So, there are grounds for mistakes. So, yeah, definitely gave it the benefit of the doubt in most key areas. I probably rated it so high to begin with because I enjoyed it more than Dominion, and I thought it was a better movie than Dominion, and that's probably what I rated it on, instead of actually, you know, sitting down and looking at everything that happened. We're just gonna use Sarah's and the Saurus. So, with that being said, it's still gonna get a rating higher than 4, because 4 is absolutely outrageous, in my opinion. Unless you are really sick of these movies. You know, I think the people that are really not a fan of the movies anymore, the sequels, are going to give it anything below a 5. But if you genuinely enjoyed the movie, then you'll probably give it anywhere between a 5 or an 8. You probably won't go to 9. Okay, this time we kill him in 2, so that's good. But yeah, guys, my rating is probably going to go down, as much as I hate to say it, but I'm gonna have to give Rebirth a 7 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie, because that was my initial rating was high. I'm not gonna say what it is, because people will probably tear me apart in the comments, because, you know, opinions aren't a thing anymore. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'm glad I brought it down, because I'm looking at some things differently. Oh, wait. I just realized there is one thing that I forgot to mention. And that is the whole trauma thing with Zora. Whether that was with what she actually said happened or not, the way that she acted around the Titanosaurs and the Mosasaur and the Spinosaurs. Not so much the Quets. I didn't really see it with the Quets, but that was because, you know, it was more so stay alive than, you know, wow, look at how amazing dinosaurs are, or wow, we're on a boat, this thing can't really get us, but now it can. So she says that she lost a friend to a bomb or a grenade. I can't remember which it actually was, but it was one of those two. Can we use instant? Yes, we can. I'm gonna use it, and we're gonna use you again. So, yeah, the way she was acting didn't really scream, I lost my friend to a bomb or grenade that I was supposed to defuse. I lost my friend to a dinosaur attack, and I resent these creatures for that. I think tapping into that would have made the story a little better. I'm not going to lie though, if I didn't see Dangerville's video on the movie, it was a spoiler-free review. I had no idea what was going to happen here. I couldn't unsee what they said about Zora and the whole trauma thing. I couldn't unsee that, because I did see a little bit of that. But like, I feel like touching on that would have made the story, you know, a little better in terms of connecting with the characters. So that would have been cool to see. You gotta go 3, because you got 5, didn't you? That doesn't matter, we still have full health. But yeah, guys, that's my thoughts on the movie. Again, 7 out of 10. It's average as a movie. You know, I didn't dislike it, and it doesn't, I'm sure it won't get worse upon rewatch. You know, because that's always a big thing with people, whether the movie gets worse upon rewatch or not. that's probably not going to happen. To be fair, it doesn't happen with Dominion, but out of all the movies that we have, if Dominion were to just come on a random channel or something, I don't know, I probably wouldn't watch it. I would probably just step away. But I think that's a good place to, you know, leave a review on the movie. Those are my thoughts. I'm not gonna say I went in expecting more, but I did go in expecting to not be left with so many questions per se on why this happened, how did we get here, whose idea was this. Like, that's, you know, that's my thoughts. But hey, you guys let me know what you thought of the movie in the comments. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you not? Did you think it was mid? Did you think it was peak since Jurassic Park? Let me know in the comments. But that's gonna have to wrap up this video. If you guys enjoyed, you know, leave a like, maybe comment down below if you enjoyed. Again, you know, also tell me what you think in the comments of the movie. And maybe if you enjoyed, consider subscribing. If you guys like anything trains, dinosaurs, or kaiju in the game, words are hard, gaming form, of course. Or don't. I'm not sure. Can't make it. You're on your own person, and as your own person, you can do whatever you want. Follow every dream that you have. You can accomplish it if you put your mind to it. But until we meet again, my friends, this has been TRK Gaming and Rail Productions, and I will see you all at the next station. Peace out.